for the treatment plant, but Vinny's going to talk more about that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Tulpane and distinguished board. I just want to start out just by saying that from the beginning, I started following this when it hit the newspapers, and I have had a meeting with the supervisor. Unfortunately, we have not been able to get all of the parties to the table to talk about this as I would have liked to have done before we reached this point. I still do feel very strongly that the county, and I could talk on behalf of my colleagues, both Legislator Nordstrom and Legislator Intreri, are not going to allow our last wastewater treatment facility for the county to be utilized on a residential development project that has such a critical impact on the environment. As chairman of the Land Acquisition Committee, there is no way, and they could do anything that they want to do to bring on a suit. We are not going to allow that to happen. That would not only be environmentally irresponsible, but it would also put a tremendous burden on the taxpayers of Putnam County, because again, that would prohibit us from ever having another project development that would provide a tax base, whether that's commercial, retail, or anything else.
Will it be reserved for use in the town of Kent?
If the town of Kent has a project that they would like to bring us, I will put it on the agenda. There's nothing being considered right now, and it's first come, first serve. I can't reserve something for 5 or 10 years, and I think we got in trouble with Kent Manors because we have something that's from 1988 that we're looking at as if it was something that should be reserved. It shouldn't be reserved. What it should be is the most expeditious of proposals, the most environmentally sensitive of proposals should come through. Should something be in Kent? Absolutely. You should have a tax base. You need it to support your schools. You need it to support your local municipalities. You need it to support your fire companies. And I would be glad to partner with you and to do what we need to do. As I will tell you now, I will be glad as chairman of Land Acquisition to sit with you to figure out what we need to do to stop Kent Manors from happening. And I want to say that this moratorium that you're about to look at tonight is so important for the future of your town. When you think of what you're going to be faced with, now that the word is out that there is going to be a moratorium, your planning board, and I served on a planning board for many years, is going to be flooded with applications of people trying to get in and trying to do what they want to do because they're trying to beat protecting the environment. And there's something that's wrong about that. I again read the judge's decision, and I'm not a lawyer, so please take the advice from counsel. But from a very common sense perspective, they're asking you to approve putting Kent Manors into the phosphorus offset pilot program. That program has not existed since 1997. There is no pilot program anymore. And so I don't know what it is that we're considering here. If it's a way to get bad development in, if it's a way to allow a 1988 subdivision map, and I'm facing this same issue, believe it or not, in the village of Cold Spring. Somebody dug up an old approval and said that the village never abandoned the plat and the plans, therefore they should be allowed to go forward with a 1958 development. I mean, that's absurd. And I think that, you know, all of the fear over we're going to be sued. Anyone could sue for anything at any time. That doesn't mean it's going to hold up in court. Judge O'Rourke made his decision, and I respect the decision, but I don't agree with the decision. And that's why we have an appeal process. And I would ask you to sit down with the county and with all parties to see what we can do to prohibit something like Kent Manor from happening. I can't tell you what it would do, and both Arnie and I serve on soil and water, and when you take a look at the impact that would have on our lakes and on the watershed, that would be devastating. If you read the Journal News on Monday, and you read about the impact that school taxes are having on our communities, I mean, it's devastating. People, as I have been out in the county, are being pushed out their door, $12,000 to $15,000 in taxes. They can't afford it. What we need to do is we need to be responsible leaders. We need to look at what the impact of 300 plus homes is going to do to you all in the town of Kent, and what impact it's going to have not only on taxes, but on the environment. And if it gets a big zero every single place that you look, when you look at this proposal, it's something that I don't believe that we could allow to happen. So if I would ask you to work with us, I will put you on our agenda. We should meet with the county executive. Maybe the county executive wants this because there's another $2 million that we might collect in back taxes. That's not the right reason to allow this development to happen. Maybe that's one of the reasons why it's sat, and you asked the question, Supervisor Tulipaine, about why we didn't buy it. Because there's a lot of money due the county if that property was to start to develop in arrears taxes. We guarantee taxes to the schools, to the towns. But you know what? At what cost do we collect that $2 million? $3 million. Thank you, Ronnie. At what cost? It's not worth it. So I would also caution you on not allowing that time clock to expire, to respond as quickly as you can and get a letter to them. And if you would like a letter as well from the legislature objecting to us using our last wastewater treatment facility, you will have that from me immediately. So I would like to again thank you for your time, and if you have any question or council has any questions, please feel free to call me.
Please wait. There's one coming from the end.
I would like you to ask just one question. I'm very glad to hear what you just said, and I just want to get this straight in my own head. Theoretically, if we were to appeal this decision, us as a town board, which we're contemplating, are you saying that you'd join us in that appeal?
I think we should, and I can tell you, both legislators from Kent have told me that they vehemently oppose what's going on. So why not?
Great.
Come to the land acquisition meeting and let's join forces on this thing.
Good, thank you.
And let's meet with the DEP, let's meet with the DEC, let's meet with the people that we have to meet with to tell them that this is not the way we want our county developed.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I have one. Councilman Tartaro had a question for you.
No, that's okay.
Seems like a perfect day.
It truly was. And firstly, I'd like to thank you, surely on behalf of the board. You know, this is really more than we could have hoped for. As you're aware, we are both currently in litigation with the principals, and the offer to join us is really, really appreciated. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but this will probably become even more of a legal issue if we go down this road. Do you think perhaps we could have some legal help from the county also, either attorney-wise or perhaps, supporting us in this appeal?
I want you to know what I've done already as chairman of land acquisition, and this was with, again, Legislator Nordstrom and Legislator Intreris, knowing one of the most brilliant people in negotiating our watershed was George Rodenhausen. I spoke with George last week. I sent him over the judge's decision and the file that I had in the office. I have asked him to start to review it.
Okay.
So if you're looking for some advice and some help, George Rodenhausen already has the complete file. And I would make full arrangements. He's working for the legislature, not even for the county executive on the issues. That we will work with your town council, and town council and George Rodenhausen can work freely. Arnie, am I speaking out of turn? Is that?
No, that's exactly right.
And we will give you whatever support in that way that you need.
Well, I have to thank you twice.
I have one. When we say support and we say partnering, should this thing get very nasty down the road and the town wind up on the hook for a large settlement, are we still going to be partners?
I got to tell you, there are no guarantees in life, Supervisor Tulipaine, but if we all get sued, we're all in it together. I think our name is all on the document is the way it goes.
One can only hope.
I don't think you're going to lose this battle. So, I mean, that's just me. I think you're doing the right thing. And I don't think that we operate from fear, but we operate from doing what's right, what should be done.